We want to take a look at weather because today is a nice day in the Charlotte area, but is it going to stay that way? We have Chris Mulcahy in the Live Impact studio now, and already we are in hurricane season. I know you have your eye on a bit of a disturbance, do you call it?
Yeah, we'll call it, tropical disturbance.
There you go.
And it's going to try to become a number or a name. And I think it's going to be a feeble attempt, but we'll get to what I'm talking about. Yeah, so the tropics already starting to cook a little bit, but there's a few things that are going to prevent it. But let's focus in on the good. And today isn't just a great day. It is my pick of the week. Okay, so since my pick of the week, and this was actually really tough, I think that yesterday probably would have been a little bit more deserving, but a lot of people still like the mid-80s. So I kept it a little bit on the warmer side for a lot of us. Great for the kids going to like a splash pad or by the pool, anything outside. 85 degrees is comfortable. We're going to be at the point that 85 to 90 degrees is not going to feel comfortable because you're going to have a lot more moisture that's in the air. So good things happening for today. For our next graphic, you're going to see the big reason why is because we are going to see temperatures a little bit cooler, more clouds start to move back in, but we're still in the sweet spot. Today and tomorrow still feeling okay, but here's the big change that you can expect. For our dew points, today is the only day that's hanging out in the brown, which is the comfortable area. That is that drier air that's still not too bad. It still could feel like an 83 is more like 84, but that's not terrible. It's really, once you get to about that 65 degree point, these are dew points, it shows how much moisture is in the air. At that point, you're feeling it. And once you have one around 70, it's that air you can wear. So that's going to be the big change. By Monday especially, it's that air that surrounds you, the humidity that we're used to. So if this is your jam, maybe your pick of the week is a little bit later on with the chance for thunderstorms. Now let's get to the main event. So here's the big difference from the last time I was talking to you here in the Impact Studio. We were talking about a disturbance, a tropical disturbance, but now that the National Hurricane Center has brought some attention to it, it's now a 10% chance, which isn't good. I wouldn't bet my money on anything that was 10%, but a 10% chance here is showing that over the next 2 days, that's why these two numbers match. The top one is showing the next 2 days, the one on the bottom is showing the next 2 to 7 days, that we could have either a tropical depression or a tropical storm. So if this has a tight center of circulation, isn't attached to any fronts and is a warm core, and is either a tropical or subtropical system, so there's a bunch of boxes that need to be checked by the National Hurricane Center. If the winds are sustained at 35 miles per hour, technically 38 or below, it's tropical depression. It would be TD number 1. But if, say, it exceeds expectations, I'm wrong. The National Hurricane Center is like, whoa, where did that come from? This would be our first tropical storm, and that's Tropical Storm Andrea. Again, likely not going to happen. But don't just focus in on the name. I still think that we're going to have some big impacts associated with this. So what's going to happen is this is going to turn into a low pressure system that starts to churn its way a little bit close to the coast. So as we change graphics, you're going to see that there is a defined area, this blob of green, once you get to about Thursday morning. There's one of two scenarios that happen here. One, it stays on the shoreline and then immediately decides to go out in the Atlantic. It's like, I'm done with you, Carolinas, be gone. It's still going to keep things cloudier Wednesday heading into Thursday, but it depends on how far west it goes. If this travels or trends a little bit further west, we're going to see a little bit more rain. Then here's a scenario that we could see for our future casts in a little bit more detail come Thursday at 7 a.m. This is the wettest scenario that I'm seeing here, and we weren't really seeing this yesterday. So if we're seeing a little bit more rain, if this trends a little bit more of a landfalling low, that's what we could see potentially to start off your Thursday morning. So it's primarily south of I-85, areas east that could be under the gun for this. But Carlene's about to show you another map here. This is the concern that we have, and it's these rain totals. See that area of purple that's right by me? Here, yeah, get my head out of there. 1 to 3 inches of rain is possible for our far eastern zones. We're even pinpointing right around Fayetteville about 3 to 4 inches of rain. And just recently, there was some pretty epic video that came on the coast where a parking lot was underwater from flash flooding, and they saw about 5 inches there. We saw what happened in Stanley County recently for a bunch of thunderstorms. So we will have the potential for flash flooding really further east that you go associated with this system. So I want everyone to kind of disregard the chance that it's going to be either a number or a name. There's still going to be some decent impacts, but truly, Charlotte is more trending that could see a little bit of rain, nothing really big, and most of the flash flooding concern is well outside of our area. I'm just talking about the Carolinas as a whole. So we're not going weather alert or anything here for this. I think it's just general rain. It will be cloudy, but this is at least our first taste of what the tropics can bring. All right, let's wrap this all up with a nice 7-day bow, as we like to do. And you can see just for icons alone why today is the pick of the week. It's the only one that has the sunny symbol. Outside of that, it's a mostly cloudy to an overcast day on Wednesday. It's much cooler on Thursday because I don't think we really see the sunshine all that much. And then we have a mix of cloud and sunshine on what I'm calling hot, humid days with the usual, hey, you have a 20 to 40% chance for a shower or thunderstorm to pop up late afternoon heading into the evening. Look, I'm like a robot. And that's exactly what we're going to see. Still a chance for our first 90-degree high heading into Saturday, but we really are flipping the switch over to summer. So it feels a lot more summer-like. That's why today is one of those days. Yesterday was as well. You take advantage of it because we're pretty much going to have the same forecast going forward unless we get a tropical system, as you can see here.
All right. Very gorgeous, isn't it? Lovely.
I think so. Lovely.
Yeah.
Indubitably.
Indubitably. 90 degrees and a little bit of a tropical action.
No, literally everything that June brings, we're doing it all in 1 week. So why not, right?
Yeah, up and down, no problem. All right, hurricane special. What did you learn? Anything new covering this hurricane special that's going to air on Wednesday?
Well, I think that we're always learning new things as meteorologists, and that's one thing I think in life you should never stop learning. And one thing that I think that I really learned from this special is we're going through all the different runs is how history tends to repeat itself. And what I think is what is really justifying there is like taking Helene, for example. Back in 1916, there was a similar setup that there was a big time tropical storm that was slow moving that saturated the soils, followed by an immediate other one. So that'd be very similar to the precursor rain event, but history repeated itself just over 100 years later. We're now looking at kind of testimonies of the past, like where things were with La Nina and El Nino, how things have repeated themselves. So I think as we really comb through the data, and I know yesterday I was kind of comparing things to 2017 where we had Harvey, Maria.
Right.
We're starting off the exact same atmosphere, the exact same setup, similar water temperatures. So I am kind of learning that it's good to kind of look at the years that start that way because oftentimes they will kind of realign. And the last time that we had a non-landfalling system here in the United States was 2015, Jane. So it's been nearly a decade since we haven't had one make landfall. I would love that this year not be the one that we don't have a landfalling hurricane. But at this point, just with the waters and things really forming in the Gulf especially, I think it's tough. So I think the one thing that I've really learned is to always look back into the past, the data, comb through it, because if you can find those commonalities, you can kind of see how things realign.
Yeah, I mean, that is why we look at history, right? To learn from it and proceed better, hopefully, be more prepared looking into the future.
And one more thing that I learned, we got the best weather team in Charlotte, so come check us out. It's going to be awesome.
All right, very good. So this Wednesday again, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
On WCNC Charlotte.
Yep.
As well as WCNC Plus. 8 o'clock. Put that on your radar. Good information.
And tomorrow you're giving us a quiz, right?
Yes, I am.
Woo!
I actually
Got
already
some
was writing
quizzes.
questions down. I'm going to give you, I don't know, how many questions do we want to do?
It's up to you.
That's up to me.
Yeah.
We've got nothing but time. You know that.
Well, we have nothing but time.
Yes. Kristen has a, yeah.
Well, because there's just about making the graphics, yeah, but I already made 2 questions for you,
Okay.
so as I'm kind of combing through things. I'm really excited about this. But here's the best thing, is you might get some wrong tomorrow, but after that special, you'll be able to get them all right, because we're going to raise that hurricane IQ.
All right. And we might have some follow-up questions that we could also
Yeah,
some
hey,
future IQs.
I'm always here, because a lot of people will, as I'm out and about, will ask me weather questions, like, oh, I'm sorry not to know you. It's like, no, this is what I love.
Who knew?
Like,
Yeah.
truly, the weather IQ aspect of my job is my favorite thing that we do, just because I think the coolest thing about the weather is no matter who you are, you have an interest in some degree. May it be just what's the weather going to be today,
Yep.
or wait, why does that happen? So yeah, if you ever see me out and about or on here, you two especially, if you have a question, ask it. I love to
'em.
do it. And on the thought, I'll be honest. If I don't know the answer, I'll let you know, but I will find that answer within 24 hours.
All right, transparency.